Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code Mase, Cam, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
Murder, what up? How you, man? You good?
Chilling,
Back in the studio?
Man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Where you at?
That's
you in
what's
the
up,
city?
Man. Nah, I'm out here. I was running a little late today. They say when I don't be on time, you be talking about me like a dog, so I just want to make sure I'm on time. I didn't want to get there late. So they say you throw me under the train, bus, carpet, everything. So I said, let me just make sure I'm on time one way or another.
I know
So
Nick
I'm
ain't
around.
say that. Larry, did you say
around.
that, Larry?
I'm around. I ain't far, brother. I'll pull up at the crib afterwards. I'm around. I just didn't want to be late. I was running a little late today.
Okay, well, let's get into the game. Monday Night Football. The Steelers get their third straight win after beating the Giants 26-18.
I knew you would start with this.
Might as well. It's the most recent topic. So, with that being said, Mase, how do you feel about the Steelers as a whole right now?
And you would ask me. You wouldn't ask Cam this. How does he feel about the Steelers? I mean, the Steelers played a real good game, but what I'm most surprised about this game is Jones. Jones actually played a real good game. If he takes away this interception, I don't even know if the Steelers win this without that interception. But you know, that's hating, right?
A little.
That's how hating sounds. I just wanted y'all to know that I know what hating sounds like. So when you do it to me, I know what it sounds like. Because that was hating 101. And actually, it wasn't hating; it's hating back. You know, sometimes niggas hate on you, and you're just hating back. You know, that's what I call it. But, you know, he had a real good game. I think he had about 274 yards. But you take away this interception, and they're in a really good place. But when you look at Russell Wilson had, 4 more yards than Jones? And Russell Wilson was looking good. But that last play, that fumble, that's what scares me about Russell Wilson. And I'm never scared, but that scares me about him that, you know, when it gets late in the game, he will just fumble the ball. Like it's a peanut, what they call it, pause, a peanut punch pause. That's crazy. But he's just running with the ball and he forgets to cover the ball, Russell Wilson. What you teaching baby Future this, so you got to do what you teaching baby Future. Cover the ball, bro. Because you could have lost that game. And I like the way Watts was out there. Watts saved the game. Watts came out there like Big Brother, you know, like, y'all took the ball from my little brother. Where the ball at? And came back and forced the fumble. You know, he had about 5 sacks, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. That was really good.
Hey, great analysis. And then Cam, how you feel about the Steelers right now?
They 6-2. They all right.
They lead in the division. They lose. They beat. They lead in the division, in a tough division. So, shout out to the Steelers. I ain't watched that shit last night. Wasn't wasting my time on Daniel Jones. I ain't give a fuck about the Steelers. I ain't even gonna sit and act like I watched it. I seen the stats. Niggas only won by 5. Not really that impressive to me. I'm glad I didn't want you to waste my time. Stack, you could give your analysis for you and your father and the terrible towel. So go ahead. I left this for you.
Yeah, so the Steelers have won their 22nd home game on Monday Night Football. So that's a streak that we've been having going on. So this is something that, it's a little expected, and no offense to the Giants, but I feel like we had it. So at first, I would say the first half of the game was very stagnant. There was a lot of offensive penalties called on the Giants, so it was a lot of back and forth there. But I feel like the main game changer was Calvin Austin. He had a 73-yard punt return touchdown. And then from then, the Steelers just took off and they kept taking off. So I'm happy for the team right now. Of course, I think Russell Wilson is good in this quarterback position spot. He's definitely opened up our offense where we've been able to make and see him make those deep passes, which has helped our team a lot. So we're in a good position. Like Cam said, we're first in the division as we should be. As we should be.
She wanted to put your name in it. Like Cam said, we're first in the division.
We are.
Pickens is really starting to be like one of those players. I don't know if he was before because I hardly ever watched the Steelers because they're not my team, even though they could be somebody's team, But Pickens was really balling. It seemed like he always comes to play and make these dramatic catches. But one of the players I wrote down that I was looking at and need instant help is Justin Fields. Are we ever going to see Justin Fields again? That was my question.
Right now, there's no need to see him. I mean, he got us, he was the start. He got us to where we are now, and I don't think that we take that for granted. Even the relationship that him and Russell Wilson seem to have. I see Russell Wilson patting his back on the sideline. Justin Fields seemed to be cool, and he's learning under Russell Wilson. So I don't think that we can exit out from him having a starting position again because he's still a good quarterback because there's some other teams who probably wish they had Justin Fields right now. So
Justin Fields got y'all to 4-2, beating real good teams. Only teams Russell Wilson beat was New York. He only beat New York. I think we're making more of this than we should. He only beat New York, Killer. That's what I'm saying. What do you think of that, Killer? He's 2-0 against New York.
I'm just really disgusted about Stat acting like she's impressed with Russell Wilson, to be honest with you. I bring it up, but it was like weeks of her dissing Russell Wilson. Not just one time, like weeks, 3 to 7 weeks of dissing Russell Wilson last season. And now this is our quarterback.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you, Mase. I totally agree with you, Mase. When niggas give you they basically gave Justin Fields that we appreciate you, step aside vibe. 4-2 is cool. And you made a great point, Mase. That was a great point you just made because I didn't even think about it like that. Nobody expects the Steelers to lose to either New York team. So we're sitting here praising Russell Wilson and acting like he did something spectacular when you won the games you were supposed to win. Not only that, I didn't see the game. Mase is telling me that you almost blew the game. Pause. So 20 points, that's not to me, the most credit needs to be deserved to Mike Tomlin because he's doing this not knowing exactly what we think. I mean, I say we think, I'm saying that the fans are saying, don't take Justin Fields out. You take Justin Fields out, then Russell Wilson does good. Mike Tomlin's a genius. Because 3 weeks ago, Stat was saying she doesn't know if they should put Russell Wilson in. And she was questioning Mike Tomlin. Now everything is all good and dandy and fine. And she never... Yeah, and now nobody's ever going to question Mike Tomlin again. I think her father told her to say that. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of contradiction. Well, you said it, Stat. You said that you wasn't sure what Mike Tomlin was doing. So I don't know why you changed your mind. Maybe because you see Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing. But you exactly said, I don't think we should take Justin Fields out. Now you're saying your exact words when you started your segment today for the Steelers was, we got our quarterback.
Yeah,
So,
right now-
which one is it?
Right now we
Which
do.
is crazy.
Anything can change on any
Which
given
is
Sunday, and in this case, it was
crazy.
a Monday night.
Yeah.
So if we're seeing that our offense is opening up and we're seeing a positive change, and it's like we never were off to a bad start to begin with, I have no other reason than to trust what is happening. We're winning. I don't see anything bad going on, so why would I?
How is the offense opening up when you're playing against the Giants?
It doesn't matter. If you watch how the gameplay has changed, because before it was very low scoring games. Like now offensively, we put up a lot more points with Russell Wilson at the quarterback
You got
position.
20 points. You got 20
Yeah,
points.
but the other ones were still low
It's not
scoring
even
games.
three-
Justin Fields is more of a
It's not
rushing
even-
quarterback.
It's not even 3 touchdowns, yo.
It's still,
It's not a high scoring game.
right? I didn't say high scoring,
not a
but compared to
high-scoring
the
game.
other games, this has been a significant difference that I've seen, and I think all of us have seen it.
Absolutely.
So at this
Absolutely.
point, yeah, like I
It's
don't know
very
another way to
high
put it.
school.
Like if you guys are
It's
watching
very
the
high school. It's very high school. It's not even 3 touchdowns. You know, Killer is absolutely right. And I'm not ready to say Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing. I'm not ready to say that based upon, and I'm not saying he's not an extraordinary coach. I'm talking about I'm not ready to give him the praise, Killer, yet on Russell Wilson. I got to see him beat the Chiefs. I got to see him beat the Lions. I got to see him beat somebody noteworthy. These are not noteworthy games. See, you're playing against a banged up Paul's Jets with a new wide receiver. This is their first game together, and you get this one. And then you barely beat the Giants. And if it wasn't for TJ Watt's playing big brother and coming back and getting the ball for Russell Wilson, this would be an overtime game. I'm telling you the truth. The way Daniel Jones was playing, this would be an overtime game, Killer, if you didn't see it. Russell Wilson just let the ball go. Like he didn't try to recover it or nothing. This you remember when Cam Newton saw the ball and he
Cam
pointed?
Newton did that. Yeah,
You get it.
Right.
You get it. You get the
Right.
ball. And what I really
Right.
think happened is Stat got a consent slip from a dad, and Sierra called her. I think Sierra DM'd her, told her get her attitude together if she gonna be on this Still a Nation, and she complied.
Well, I confirm that
Yeah.
did not happen. My last statement, I don't think it would have went into overtime like we saw TJ Watt had the fumble recovery, and then even in the late seconds, Beanie had picked off the ball from Daniel Jones. So at that point, it was signed, sealed, delivered. We're at a good position. We play the Commanders next. Should be a good game. And hey,
Now
Now we can
this
talk
is this is when we can tell, Killer,
2 weeks.
if Mike Tomlin was right about Russell. Not that he's not a great coach, not that he's never had a losing season, all that. I'm talking about against the Commanders, we will be able to tell because I know Jaden can't afford to lose another game. You lost to, who was that? Lamar Jackson. And who did he just lose to?
Well, they just
well, that's the one that they just won against the Bears.
Okay,
that
yeah.
Hail
So
Mary.
so he's ready to take on this game, and he's not letting Russell Wilson come in there and get no victory.
2 weeks.
Hey, man, we'll see. It's a bye week.
Okay.
We'll see the week after.
Yeah, rest up.
So
He didn't better rest up.
moving along, got to talk about
Not
the
only
Eagles.
that, hold on real quick.
Go ahead, Cam.
Hold on real quick. I'm looking at this. He had Justin Fields scored 32 points, 24 points, 20 points, 18 points. Why are you acting like he wasn't moving? Like,
Yeah, talking
It
about
wasn't
that.
mainly through
Opening
passes. It was mainly
up.
through rushing. That's why I'm like, he's brought out a different
Well, that-
side of the Steelers offense. They're like two different quarterbacks.
Tell yourself this. You don't want to know dissing Russell Wilson, not me. His best days is behind him and all that.
Best
That's what you
Things
said.
change. Things change.
So is his better days ahead of him now?
right now. So we
Okay.
still got to see. Okay, so let's talk about this Eagles game. The Eagles beat the Bengals 37-17. Do you guys feel like we're watching the fall of the Bengals, or do you think they still have time to bounce back? Cam, I'm going to let you go first.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's a dub, babe. It's a dub for the Bengals. It's over. Ain't no more time. Nobody got time for this. They wasted my man Joe Burrow having a sensational season. He still had 234 yards. He threw an interception, touchdown, but it's over. It's a dub. The year started off funky with training camp, contract negotiations. Jamar Chase not happy when your number one wide receiver isn't happy. He's not going to work out. Who is Joe Burrow going to pass it to? Can't pass it to himself. The O-line is stagnant at time to time. It is over for the Cincinnati Bengals. It's sad to see, but it's definitely over. But on the other hand, Philadelphia looked really good. And I'm really waiting to see what happens between Philadelphia and the Commanders in the NFC East because it looked like it's some new kids on the block when it comes to the Commanders. And a lot of people, and I know we're talking about the Bengals and we're talking about Philadelphia, and the question was if the Bengals are over for the season. So I'm going to answer that straight up and down, no. But back to talking about the NFC East real quick. I want to give a lot of credit to Bob Myers. And a lot of people know Bob Myers from being the general manager of the Golden State Warriors when they won all them championships, putting the teams together with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Marbury, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, etc. But this summer, a lot of people don't know he became the number one consultant for the Washington Commanders, and he's responsible for getting the coach. He's responsible for drafting Jaden Daniels. And sometimes winners just know how to win no matter what the sport is. Also, Magic Johnson being a part of that. Magic Johnson also has a team in the World Series right now with the Dodgers. When you put winners together and they know how to win and been doing it for decades and decades, and it doesn't matter the sport, sometimes they just know how to win. And I just want to give the credit to Bob Myers because a lot of people don't even know that he transitioned into football and put this Washington Commanders team together. But as far as the question you asked, it's a dub for the Bengals.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over for the Bengals. You know that. I thought it was over for them before the season started. You guys had to catch on. See, Cam is Magic. I'm Bob Myers. When we get together, we win. I already knew the Bengals were not going to win. We were just waiting for Joe Burrow to have his few good games, and he may continue. But that team is just horrendous. Shout out to Ohio, though. Shout out to Ohio.
Okay, not it was already over. Okay, moving along. Got to talk about Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson. He took himself out of the game in third quarter versus the Texans. When asked about it, he said, "I was tired. I ain't going to lie. That was a lot of running right there that I did. So I just told Shane I needed a break right there." So hearing that from a quarterback, Mase, how do you feel about that statement in the post-game presser?
Let Cam go. Didn't Cam say something to this guy earlier in the season?
Well, I feel like as a quarterback, your position is to be the quarterback. You're supposed to be the team leader. I don't care how comfortable you feel talking to the press. I don't care how transparent you want to be to your fans. Like Mase always says, this is not the time. This is a very important game versus the Texans. This is in your division. You're supposed to show that you're him. You were already injured. Your team is counting on you. Not even just your team, the fans, other people watching you to see, can Anthony Richardson make an impact for the Colts? We haven't got to see that much gameplay from you in the past year that you've been drafted because of injuries. You're finally in. This is your moment to make a change, and you want to tap out because you're tired? Because you're tired? Isn't that your job? So tired. I just think...
You know what tired rhymes with?
Fired.
Fired. I can't explain how disappointed, how discouraged I would be as a teammate to see my quarterback on his knee, pause, and he's just sitting there like, I'm tired. Nothing happened that you should be tired. It's not like y'all was playing it was some great shootout where y'all was just running the ball and doing something great. This is just super disappointing. And he's too young to be tired. It's not like this is what we expect from Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, not a new young boy pause with new young legs pause. This is the you're not even in your prime yet. If you're tired now, what do we have to look forward to? It's the Indiana Colts. Is Joe Flacco anywhere close? Can somebody call Joe Flacco? Flacco must have prayer angels because he always land on a team that the quarterback goes AWOL. Flacco. You got good luck, Flacco.
And then, Cam, how do you feel about the statement made?
I don't think they ever should have brought Richardson back in the way Joe Flacco was playing when he was out injured. Joe Flacco was doing really, really well. Even the one game that he lost when he did start, it wasn't Joe Flacco's fault. He's playing exceptionally well. I understand you want to get this kid back in. He's supposed to be your quote unquote franchise quarterback, but he hasn't proven anything in the last couple years besides he can definitely get hurt. Definitely. Then you bring him back in and he says he's tired. He threw 10 for 32. 10 for 32. It was pathetic. When he said he was tired, they should have brought Joe Flacco right back in at that moment and told him rest up till the end of the season. We'll see you next season since you need your rest. My thing is, these niggas don't even know how to finesse shit. Like, I would have said, yo, my rib hurting a little bit. Yo, hold on, my shoulder's out of place. You just gonna say you tired, nigga? You could have finessed that whole situation. Say, yo, my back is fucking me, my rib is hurting, my fingers fucked up. You just say, nah, I'm tired. You a dumb nigga. You a dumb nigga, because if this was my team and the way Joe Flacco been playing while you was hurt, you would not be starting next week, and you would not be starting until Joe Flacco proves he doesn't need to start. I would have Joe Flacco starting next week until he figures out how not to be tired.
And that was a legacy. You're 100% right, Cam. That was a legacy statement. That's one of those statements in real time you don't recognize what you said until 15 years from now, and we're reading it like Allen Iverson when he said, practice? You know, one of those statements you make and you just think is for that moment and it's going to follow you the rest of your life. That one no mas. This is that one no mas. That, who was that? Chavez or one of them that said they didn't want to fight no more? I forgot who it was.
Roberto Duran.
Yeah, Roberto Duran. No mas. I'm tired. I ain't going to lie. He doubled down on it too. Pause. He said, I ain't going to lie. That was a lot of running. He reminds me of, and I don't want to be tough on him, but I have to be, because this reminds me of the kid that you have on the floor and they're doing everything to help you play, everything to get you to the next level. And then he said, you know, I'm tired, man. Let him play. A quarterback that feels like that, you have no future as a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Save your honesty.
Yeah. No, and that was like a very, like, it was just interesting that was said, because there's only 32 starting quarterback positions. You have one. There's so many people waiting to take that spot.
I'm tired.
It don't matter. You don't have the luxury to be tired.
Yeah, the whole thing is, go listen to Kevin Gates. He don't get tired. Maybe that'll be your motivation.
There you have it. Okay, so let's talk about Trevon Diggs. He confronted a reporter for a tweet he put out about Diggs' play. Diggs went up to the reporter after leaving the locker room and said, "You don't know football. You can't do nothing that I do." The reporter then responded and said, "We could talk about it more." But then Diggs said, "Talk about these nuts." So, Mase, what do you think of that interaction, Trevon Diggs going up to the reporter and kind of having his way?
I'm going to let Cam deal with this first. Trevon is his guy.
I don't know that nigga. He don't, you know what niggas don't be realizing, like, now I'll tell you about later, Mase, but y'all got to stop talking so much. I'm talking about athletes, because you don't know who. and you don't know what can happen whenever. And I'm not talking about Trevon Diggs at this particular time, but I'm just saying these niggas be talking, and don't know who. So back to what I was going to say, because it's a little bit related to this. You got to stop being sensitive, yo. When you signed up to be a professional athlete, when you sign up to be an entertainer, when you sign up to be in the public eye, you're going to be critiqued. It's just the way it is. And especially with a reporter, if you're stepping to a reporter about a tweet that he said, that's crazy. He has a job to do. And if he's doing the job that he's supposed to do, what do you want him to do?
Yeah.
Now, it's two things I'm just talking about with athletes in general. I seen this the other day, actually, when Ben Simmons was walking past in the locker room, and Dennis Schroeder came. Somebody said, "Ben Simmons, you're trash," and Derek Schroeder came back and stepped to the kid like, "Yo, who you talking to? Watch your mouth." He got in the kid's face. The kid father had to get in it. Dennis Schroeder's face. This is all like in the locker room. I don't know how the fans got back there or on the way to the court or whatever. But I'm just giving athletes some advice, and they don't think that I'm being smart for saying this, and I'm not being smart. I'm just being honest. It's two things that can happen. You're going to get sued or you're going to get hurt. It's the only outcome when you try to argue with people or step to people when it's doing their job or they're making their opinion. Like, I seen this Trevon Diggs shit that we're talking about. Bro, what are you getting out of going to the reporter for doing his job? Dennis Schroeder, like that Dennis Schroeder situation, I don't have a problem with Dennis Schroeder, but I'm just giving you an example, right? If that was me or somebody I know, like that's like me, I would have just smacked Dennis Schroeder first because I don't know what you're going to do to me when you come in my face that close. And there's too many cameras around and anything else for anything else to happen. The whole Brooklyn Nets might have jumped me after that. Who knows? The fans would have got involved, but you're going to remember the first slap you got because I'm not going to let you get in my face because I don't know what you're going to do or say. Then after that, a lawsuit comes, and I'm not just talking about me. It was a time where a cameraman was taping the game, and y'all guys that's not old enough to know what I'm talking about, you could Google this. Dennis Rodman got a rebound and fell into the cameraman. Cameraman just on the camera. Dennis Rodman kicked the shit out the cameraman. The cameraman thought about it and went, ah. They took him out on the stretcher, all type of shit. And again,
His
he didn't
neck
even have
and
to
his
do
arm.
it. Yeah. And then he ended up suing Dennis Rodman for $500,000 and got it. All that man was just doing was on the camera. Dennis Rodman frustrated about the game and kick niggas. A lot of these people are gonna just sue you. I would say a name, but I don't want to say it. But I know somebody personally who got $250,000 from an athlete for a fight. It was a regular fight, and they lost $250,000. So at the end of the day, you athletes should just pick and choose your battles because it's no wins either way. You put your hands on somebody, 9 times out of 10, those people going to sue you. Or secondly, when you're talking about being tough or whatever you want to talk about, whether it's boxing, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, the streets is not, nobody's trying to tackle you outside. They trying to stab you. Nobody's trying to, a lot of boxers, and I know I had problems with boxers before, and I'm not talking about just Shakur because everybody's going to think I'm talking about Shakur. I'm not talking about Shakur. I'm just talking about general boxing. You think somebody's trying to fight you when it's in the street? Nobody's going to box a boxer. Niggas going to do everything else to you but box. So just take shit like that into consideration. Y'all should pick and choose your arguments because it's really no wins when it comes to that for an athlete.
That was a great take. Take. You pretty much covered everything. I think when it comes to athletes in particular or entertainers, you got to understand that people that are talking, that is their job, and your performance is your job. So we have to start being better about our part instead of getting mad at people for doing a great part in commentating about what we're doing. If you don't like it, make better music. If you don't like it, play better. Put more emphasis in your game. I believe right now, if athletes will put as much attention to detail in their game that they put into their outfits and their tunnel look, then we will have a much better game, you know. But people, they want to dress good, but they want to play poorly. The outfit only matters if you're balling. The outfit doesn't matter if you're a scrub. Nobody wants to see your outfit. But if you start playing better, then people will pay more attention to that. But it's not about the outfit. It's the man that wear the clothes. The clothes don't wear the man.
Great takes. I'm just going to add, just in this situation, obviously everybody's not going to like everything that you do, but I think it just came from a point of frustration. Like they just lost to the 49ers. And so it was probably just irritating. That was just his initial reaction. But like you guys were both saying, a reporter's going to do the reporter's job. They're going to ask you questions that you might not always want to answer. But if you don't want to answer them, rather than going back and like talk about these nuts, like,
and it's
what does that do for you?
It is a such thing as a verbal assault. You don't have to necessarily put your hands on somebody like Ken was talking about. There's certain words that could put you in court, and these are one of those statements. So, you know, if you're watching this, watch your words. You know, a lot of times because we come from the environment we come from, we're used to saying certain things until we recognize, no, that's harassment. That is coercion. That's, you know, it's certain things that people just do naturally being from the hood that they don't recognize. That's criminal.
Okay.
And you're absolutely right, Mase. Just real quick to put more context on what you just said. Assault could be an action. It could be verbal. When people don't realize that is a charge. And battery is when you actually touch somebody. So when you hear assault and battery, assault was the action before the battery. So sometimes it doesn't even have to be battery. It could just be the action before battery, or even if it isn't any battery.
Lessons learned. Okay, we're going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss Dwayne Wade's statue. Don't go anywhere.
This is Belichick.
Big boss, man.
Talk to me.
Billy B.
Cam.
Vacation's over, big dog. How's QB1 looking?
QB1's looking more like QB3. I don't trust it.
Man.
You still golfing?
Bill, I hate golf.
Won't you help me when I call? Well, you
Tyrese.
Double B. What's good with these wideouts?
That's a lock. Gotta go.
My man.
How can I help? Safety's got great instincts. Yeah, life's rough here.
Yeah, you got me working, boss.
Again?
Hey, coach. You think I could have played QB?
No. You can't be a top receiver if you can't score. No, I think that's too much. I'm giving you gold here, man.
But I need platinum.
Uh-huh. A lot of nightlife in that city. You can't be serious.
I
don't like that. I'd call me too if I could. All right, gotta go. Still got it.
You just told us all.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. Today, the Nuggets will play the Nets. Underdog has Jokic at 28.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Yeah, I'm real high. Jokic is playing good, but Denver isn't. We'll see what happens against the Nets. Maybe they'll get some rhythm.
Jamal Murray's at 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
High.
Yep, higher.
Okay, and Cam Johnson's at 14.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Cam Johnson, higher.
How much?
14.5 points.
We would say lower, but his name Cam. We're going to give him the benefit.
Okay.
It's a lot of bum niggas named Cam. I don't know why niggas take my legacy and just destroy it like that. Only Cam I'm claiming is the nigga down there in Miami. That's about it right now. I don't even know what happened to Cam Reddish or Cam Newton, my man, and all that, but getting jumped at the practices and shit. Niggas curving niggas. They ain't really been too good for Cams outside of me and Cam Ward right now.
Did they ever call you killer with stuff like that? Like, yo, Yo, you just had a fight at a camp before they knew it was Cam Newton?
Nah, so many people named Cam now. It's like, growing up, it was hard to find somebody named Cameron, but being that like my life turned out so great, people name their kids after me. You know what I'm saying? Because why wouldn't you want to be like me?
Yeah, because there was a rumor about another rapper named Mase. There was like Wu-Tang broke his jaw or something like that. What group was that? De La Soul, I think, or one of them. And it was like, yo, you got jumped by Wu-Tang? I'm like, yeah, I never been jumped. I know Wu-Tang. That's crazy. That's why I asked you that, because people just put your name with other people's name and be like, they broke his jaw.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too. The situation you're talking about now.
Yeah. That's interesting for me because I've still yet to even meet another treasure. So it's like, I haven't had that issue yet.
There's a few treasures.
Where?
In the club. There's a few treasures now.
Y'all are wrong.
Ask the question.
Here come treasure.
Moving along. Dwayne Wade. So he had his statue unveiled outside the Casillas Center in Miami, but everyone had a lot to say about the statue's face because, to be completely honest, it didn't look anything like him. After all the remarks, he said, if I wanted it to look like me, I'd just stand outside the arena and y'all can take photos. It don't need to look like me. It's the artistic version of a moment that happened that we're trying to cement. So after hearing that, Mase, what do you think of the statue and his remarks? That part.
They could have put, what's his name? The Karate Kid. Like, nah, I'm just slaying Wade. Shout out to Wade. He did so much for Miami. Shout out to Wade County, the whole Wade family. Sometimes you want the artistic view to be a little bit resembling you, not that far off, but I got the point. The moment was dope that they tried to capture, which was him saying, this is my house. I remember that actual game and that actual moment. So I thought that was great. They can go back and touch his face up, give it a little facelift, but everything else is pretty much straight. And congrats to be the first one to have a statue outside of Miami.
Damn.
That shit don't look nothing like Dwayne Wade. It's a great gesture. Of course, it's dope to always try and get a statue made because that just pardon me. That just resembles the work that you put in for them to even think about you getting a statue. I don't know whose statue I'm mad at more though. Here's Allen Iverson's, because Allen Iverson's statue is the size of a Red Bull can, and at least it looked like him. But Dwayne Wade shit, it didn't look like him. Let's put a little more thought into when you're trying to make somebody look like somebody, because you know why? It's a million people out there once stuff like this is revealed and said, I could do that. I could have made it look better. And there's a lot of people out there that's very talented that might have made it look better. But Mase made a great point. They were trying to capture a moment. If Mase didn't tell me what that moment was just now, I wouldn't have known what the fuck the moment was. I was confused about the whole posture of the statue. But it's not about the statue. It's more about the legacy that he did in Miami, I guess. And as far as Dwayne Wade's statements, his statements didn't match his facial expression when he first seen it, because he looked like, what the fuck is this? But he said the right thing. What else are you supposed to say?
Yeah, I mean, I only seen 2 statues that look like the person. Not even Martin Luther King's statue looked like him. When you go through Atlanta, it's Martin Luther King, but it doesn't look like Martin Luther King. But what do I know? I never saw Martin Luther King actually in person, but according to the pictures, it don't look like him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's picture looked exactly like him. I mean his statue. Even Magic picture when he's like this, the actual take is fire, but the face doesn't look like Magic. So I think they need to hire the people that do the wax figures. The people that do the wax figures be getting some people close, you know? And maybe there's different people because one time I saw one guy, ain't look like him. But you got to find the right person if they're going to do your statue.
Fair points. Okay, so over this weekend, there was like a lot of basketball topics. So we're going to cover just some key moments, key storylines that had happened. So last Friday, Brandon Ingram made the game winner over Blazers' Anthony Simons. Pelicans went on to win 105-103. But the catch is
Doesn't he
they
date
both
this girl?
share the same baby mom.
Wow.
So after the game, his teammates walked up to Brandon and was like, "Tell her who better, twin. Tell her who better." And she was actually in attendance at the game. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was a lot. I mean, a little matchup. But Mase, after hearing that, what did you think of the interaction between the two?
Oh, I like all of that. That's my type of event. You know, he got his girlfriend. Who got who girlfriend?
So right now, Anthony is currently with the girl, but she has a child with both of them.
I go with the villain.
Brandon Ingram.
I'm going with the villain. Anthony is my guy, but I'm going with the villain. You know, I'm one of those people, I root for the Joker, you know?
I do too.
I love Batman, but I'm rooting for the Joker. I hope he gets away, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say much about this because I, you know, got a great respect for Anthony. Don't want to be disrespectful, but you know, in basketball, that's definitely bragging rights. He wanted to hit that shot more than anything on him, more than anybody else. So you know, that came with a lot of tension, but it depends on how they take it. Did they fight afterwards?
No, I mean, but to be fair, they did get their lick back because on Sunday the Blazers beat the Pelicans. So
okay, so a new rivalry, baby mother rivalries. I like that as a new episode. You know, instead of basketball wives, baby mother rivalries. That would be hot, killer. Baby mother rivalries be hot.
Cam, what do you think?
You know what's crazy about this is that this is news. I've been seeing this all like the last 2-3 days since the game actually happened. And no matter who says what about this, they're gonna get mad at us for saying it. Like we started a rumor. It don't matter who talks about it, but when we talk about it, we some suck ass niggas. I still don't understand that. Right? Period. But as far as this is concerned, I just don't get how niggas keep running to the same bitches, yo. Like, there's too many bitches on earth, yo. Like, how do niggas keep running into the same joints? And then
disregard the knowledge that you got.
Yo, bro, I don't know, man. Nigga, I just don't understand it. And not only that, they not just hitting it, they having kids with it. Like, yo,
and
what
they're
is
trying to keep it. Forget the kids, they're trying to keep it. He's like, I want this one for me. That's the part that's super crazy. Because a kid could be accidental. But when you actually say you're gonna keep it, that is a decision, a thoughtful decision, like quality decision. You know,
the whole thing, and the thing about it is, when the nigga at his brother house, he like, yeah, my father bust your father ass last night when they both at the house at home. How does that work? Like, yo, you know when you see my dad bust your dad ass last night, right? His brother, because they're brothers. Like we can say they're both brothers. Both these kids is brothers at the end of the day. So now niggas be like, yo, your fop say shit. Niggas just traded that nigga to, this is wild.
Kids go through that, and when you're trying to correct them, you ain't my dad. My dad played for the Pelicans, and then do you allow your child to play for Team Anthony, or do they play for Team Ingram? Even that becomes a problem. Now we traveling from city to city to play AAU, and that's crazy because now you got to watch the moms, It's just a lot of things you just don't understand when you're little. There's a lot of kids are going through mental things, and it's all stemming from their mom being thotty behavior, and it's causing the kid traumatic things. And y'all be laughing at me. I be serious, Not about this lady. I'm not calling her a thought. I'm saying a lot of kids' moms be thoughts.
Right, that's a fact.
Huh? It's called a mental trauma.
I do feel like it takes two to tango. So it's like if you know the situation, also as a man, like you're putting yourself in that situation. Just saying. I was just gonna ask really quick before you move on. I know you guys were saying, how do they keep running in to the same women?
And I'm not saying that she's a thought. I'm not saying that.
Real quick, just out of curiosity, because you guys were saying that a lot of these men talk to the same women. When you guys were younger, where were you guys mainly meeting, quote unquote, good women at?
Church.
I'm just asking.
Where do you meet them? Picnics. Huh? Museums.
Yeah.
Where else?
I ain't mean none of my bitches in none of them places. Gambling spot, the stoop, the park. See, the whole thing about it, Stat, is what you got to realize is that, and I'm talking to Stat and people that's in rural, suburban areas. When you live in New York, if you live in let's say we're from Harlem. If you stand on your corner in the summertime, 190 bitches will walk past and all type of shit. You don't have to wait for a party. You don't have to wait to go somewhere. 190 bitches in the summertime will walk right past the block that you stand on because New York is crowded. You're going to run into a lot of females. Now, the question you ask are they good females? What's good? That's the question. Because good to you may not be good to me. It depends on what's your definition of what's good. Do you consider yourself a good female?
I'm a great woman. So
now let me ask you this. I knew that would be your answer. Does your last boyfriend think that?
Yeah.
You still think he talk about you behind his back?
That he fumbled, yeah.
You think so? I think this niggas be looking.
I know. Cap for what?
I think niggas be looking like, I know this joint when you come on TV.
Niggas see on there like, yo,
I know.
I went crazy.
Yeah, I know it. Up there every day.
Some people be sick. It's like,
and then go like this, murder. Look, this is how right here, 2017.
The glow up is real. Yeah, the glow up is real.
Glow up is very real. But hey,
I think you're and no jokes aside, I think you're a spectacular woman. But if you think it's a nigga not talking shit behind your back that you used to be with, we all get that. I'm a piece of shit to about 92 females right now.
Yeah, exes don't talk well.
They do.
Yeah, they usually don't.
People always try to come back, and I don't allow that to happen. So, hey, that's how I know. I'm like telling you. It's not like they're like, I'm never going to talk to her again.
You always try to come back. Y'all niggas always try to come back.
Hey, man, it is what it is.
Let me tell you something. Let me share something with y'all real quick. It's a girl that always trying to come back to me. And I know her friends, but she talked good to me and talked greasy when I'm not around. Look, this is a non-respond. I don't even respond. Look at this. Look how long this is. I don't even respond. How long is this with not responding? This is
All those
months and
pictures,
years of
killer.
not. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't want to be back. Leave me alone. But you talk good to me, but I know her friends, and she talks shit about me to her friends. Yeah, Cam hit me. I do not hit you. I do not try to get back with you. So don't be confused of what people say in your face as opposed to behind your back. It's not a lot of people, and I'm not even talking about just relationships. I'm talking about people that's your friends. You gotta have a nigga that got your back that when you're not around too. Like if a nigga, like for instance, a nigga be like, yo, y'all nigga Mase is a sucker, man. And I agree with it, I'm a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you gotta understand, just not relationships. It's hard to find people that's gonna have your back when you're not around as well.
I like to see it. Okay, so on Sunday, the Warriors lost to the Clippers 112 to 104. Steph Curry had to exit the game due to an ankle injury. He is expected to miss multiple games. Mase, how does this injury from Steph Curry impact the Warriors?
The Warriors are not the Warriors without Steph, but I would take pause. I would want Steph on my team with no feet before some of these other players. What I've seen Steph do on that court is just bar none. As time goes on, he's going up that ladder of some of the greatest players to ever play the game, and I'm looking forward to him coming back. Without him, I wouldn't watch the Warriors at all without Steph. So for management, for the front office, please make sure y'all keep Steph because Steph is everything to that organization. I don't even want to watch their games without him.
Okay, and then Cam.
Yeah, this it hurts Golden State. Nobody really had them doing that well this season anyway, even though anything can happen. But I give Steph a lot of credit. Over the years, he's been hurt, here and there. But the beginning of his career, he was hurt a lot. And he's very durable, especially, only, not going to say only 6'3", 6'3", not that muscular, not built strong. And he's durable. So if anybody wants to play and doesn't cheat the game with load management or all these other obnoxious reasons for not playing, Steph Curry doesn't cheat the game. So I'm looking forward for him coming back. Hopefully he'll be back sooner than later. Get well soon, Steph. And that's all I can really say. But as far as Golden State, I don't think they have a chance until Steph gets back. And I don't even know if when Steph gets back, they have a chance.
Okay, and then let's discuss the Nuggets. So they got their first win of the season after beating the Raptors 127-105 in overtime. Nuggets have been off to a little bit of a rocky start. How do you feel about their team right now, Mase?
Who, the Nuggets?
Yeah.
They ran into old James Harden. Killer was talking about this last week. James Harden, 23 points, 16 assists. I mean, it's stellar outing for him. When you look at Jokic, he had a career 7 3-pointers. But, when it's all said and done, they just ran into the classic James Harden. I know a lot of times I talk different things about James Harden, but I'm really a fan of his play when he's playing like James Harden. I just don't like some of the other antics, but that comes with it. The Nuggets right now, I think they're just figuring things out. They got a few new players that they're trying to work out this how the rotation is gonna look for us. But when they get going, they're gonna be the Nuggets of old. I really believe that.
Thank you.
It's early. We're 3-4 games into the season. Joker's still being a Joker. He had 40. I think he had 30-something last game before the Raptors. Joker's still being a Joker, but they got to get part of the chemistry. And this is what happens when you don't re-sign players. Me and Sin argue about this all the time, and he's mad Bruce Brown left, and I was saying Bruce Brown got his title, now he wants to go get his money. And I know Sin's going to be happy that I bring this up, but it's a good point that he made. Sometimes I just argue with him for the sake of argument, but it's true. Do you know where Bruce Brown plays right now? Maxon.
Indiana?
So you're saying Indiana?
He played with the Raptors.
The point being is nobody knows, all right? We don't know. If you were to stay with the Nuggets and they just won the championship, we would know where Bruce Brown is at. He's missing. And they had great chemistry with Bruce Brown. I don't know how Russell Westbrook's going to fit there. I love Russell Westbrook's career, outstanding player, great for the game. But it just seems like wherever he goes is not working. I don't mean that in a bad way because I'm a fan of his and not sensational. He's another nigga that never cheats a game. But we got to find out, when I say we, I'm just saying as a fan, where he's going to fit in to help a championship team. Like Mase said, it's still early. We have time to see. But it just seems like wherever he goes, it doesn't work out. And he even dumbs it. Yeah, and he even dumbs his game down to try and fit in. And that's really fucked up because I know how bad he wants to win. But it just seems like something isn't right when he gets to a team. Hopefully the Nuggets will turn it around because I was saying that this is a great addition. You know, they had Bruce Brown that we was talking about the year before last. Last year, Reggie, what's the nigga Reggie
Jackson.
who was coming off the bench?
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. Thank you. Pardon me, everybody. Reggie Jackson. He was decent off the bench. Let's see how Russell Westbrook plays out. It doesn't look good early, but also you're not going to have a great team when even though they won with Jamal Murray shooting 6 for 20. Mm-hmm. You got to find some chemistry and figure it out, but you can't say anything less than spectacular about Jokic. He's still coming in doing what the fuck he want to do. Like he just stopped playing. Like June was last year when he just stopped playing. So we'll see what happens with Denver.
Yeah, I think Denver is truly just missing knockdown shooters. That's what they always had when they were effective. Whether it was Pope, whether it was Michael Porter Jr. when he was clicking, you know. And right now they're missing those kind of players. They're missing, even though they may have that same person, they need that knockdown three shooter because that's what keeps everybody honest with Jamal Murray and everybody stays honest with Joker. And when that's not happening, then they're just a two-man team. And they need knockdown shooters. So front office, get on it. You need to be looking for people that can hit threes, that don't do anything but stand in the corner, hit threes, and can skip the ball over to them and they can make threes. That's what they need more than anything. Because even with Russell Westbrook, when he's slashing and going all crazy, even that works on a team that got shooters. Every time he's been effective, he had James Harden when he was the sixth man. And I forgot the other guy he had it back in OKC. He's always had that when he was doing well. And even when he was in with the Wizards, when he was going crazy and kicking out the Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal turned into an all-star, just sitting there waiting for the ball to be swung to him and hitting the threes. So, and not that that's all you did, Bradley Beal. You sure was going crazy with him, but I'm saying having a major slasher like Russell Westbrook makes it easier for somebody who just spots up and shoot.
Okay. Well, in the comments down below, let us know how you guys feel about the Nuggets. But that is all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.